Well, good afternoon again, brothers and sisters. Look, 2.5 years on, I'm still bewildered why there are people, medical people, out there and other people who talk about the COVID-19 as if it actually was a thing. Look, if you go back, if you can find the videos of Kerry Mullis, who was a biochemist, the inventor of PCR, explaining that PCR can't tell you anything apart from what it was designed to do, which was not as a diagnostic tool. It was a laboratory tool to determine DNA sequences, to put it in a nutshell. And he invented that thing in 1983. Now, back in the 80s, when HIV was all the thing going around, Kerry Mullis was then asked to write a paper on the probable causes of AIDS. And he was writing a paper, he wrote a sentence down, said, it is probable that HIV causes AIDS. Then, as he explained himself, he took a backward step and said, well, how do I know that? How do I know for sure, or where did I get that from, that HIV caused AIDS? And after searching for yonks and yonks and yonks, he could find no evidence that HIV caused AIDS. And since then, virology, which has been completely and utterly debunked by none less than Stefan Lanka, who was one of the world's top sort of virologists, there has, and I'll repeat this, and you can go and find this, there has never, ever been proper sequencing, isolation, and use of any pathogen to determine whether it was pathogenic in anybody. All the tests that are supposed to be done have not been done. And Christian Drosten, who's the bloke who rewrote the PCR protocols by putting RT in front of it, reverse transcriptase, which means turning RNA into DNA. Anyway, so there, SARS-CoV-2, and it's never been isolated by anybody. It's a computer-generated image by Walt Disney and his crew, probably. It's not been isolated. Therefore, no SARS-CoV-2, no COVID-19. Yet people are still talking about viruses as if they actually exist. Germ theory versus terrain theory. I take terrain theory over germ theory any time. You can go and check out what germ theory and what terrain theory are and use your own judgment to determine. But from all the research I've done and listening to proper experts, not government-paid lackeys like Chris Whitty, who works for the pharmaceutical industry, believe it or not. Anyway, please. So, take my word for it if you want or not, it doesn't matter. Go and do your own research. Viruses do not exist and never have existed. The thing that caused the deaths of all the people that caught so-called AIDS in the 80s was the drugs they were being administered, and the drugs today used are doing harm to people. You can't hide from it anymore. This is the time to wake as many people up as you can who haven't had the what's it, and hopefully they won't. But those that have, there's actually somebody coined a term for a new disease some time back called VAIDS, vaccine-acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Check it out, people. Bye.